Hello everyone, and welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos. So today in this video, it's actually been a very long while since I've even recorded a car related video, probably about 3, 4, 5 months maybe a bit longer than that. So yeah, this is the first video recently that I recorded of the, by the time you've seen this video, the other video recorded before when it's the car show video would have explained everything. But yeah, so what we're going to do today in today's video, well, my 190 here has developed a central locking leak. So you can tell there's a bit of a leak because you can hear the pump running continuously. Obviously, it times out after about a minute anyway, so it doesn't stay on all the time. So your pump will never run like any longer than a minute, but obviously you still want to get it sorted before it starts to go wrong. Obviously, you don't want it staying on that long. It doesn't need to stay on that long. So yeah, we've got to find out where the leak is. You've got a good idea where it is already, but I'm going to show you how I know or why I think it's in that area. Yeah, so you can buy actual machines that you put in and they pump the vacuum lines full of smoke, and when there's a leak, the smoke comes out where the leak is. So you can taste it straight away. But I don't have one of them. But I've got a different way that I know where to look for the leak. Now you do hear quite a lot of people saying like it's a vacuum system that relies on the engine to work. No, don't listen to it. Stuff like that is rubbish. Underneath the back seat there is a little vacuum pump, and that obviously that controls the central locking. Because had a few people, especially the older people, and they say, oh, it relies on engine vacuum. No, because if it relied on engine vacuum, it wouldn't work after the engine is turned off, because there'd be no vacuum to lock the doors or unlock them. So yeah, don't listen to that. There is an actual central locking pump underneath the rear seat that controls the central locking of the car, and it applies to pretty much every Mercedes that uses the vacuum system for the lock. So I'm going to trigger the lock here, and we're going to have a little listen to where the leak is. So if I press this, you hear the pump go on, and you hear it stay on. So you can hear the pump staying on. Now, I've rechecked it externally. All the doors and all the boots are locked. So you think, where's the leak? If all the doors and stuff, if all the doors are locking, and if you feel the cap and boot, you think there can't be a leak, but it's definitely a leak because you can hear the pump staying on. Now, what my bet is, if it's a leak, is that it's going to be a rubber grommet that's leaking. Now, if you've never taken apart a central locking system or even looked at one of these, they've got long lengths of plastic and like a little rubber connector in the middle of all the things. Now, my bet is one of them rubber pieces has split and it's broken. It's broken enough to make it so there's a leak, but it's little locked doors. Now, if I trigger it again and open central locking. It's a bit more prominent now. It's just pumping air in, and you can definitely hear a leak inside the cabin. It's very prominent. Now I'm pretty sure it's the rear passenger door. Even though it does lock, it's very slow to unlock and unlock. So that, I'm pretty sure the leak is coming from that side. I'm pretty sure the leak coming from that side, and I'm pretty sure the leak itself is underneath the rear seat of the car. So it's coming from that area. So if I shut the door again and I'll show you the lock. And you see how long it took to lock the door compared to the other door. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, that's part of the central locking system, and yes, that's correct. The doors do lock at different times. They don't all lock together like you would do on a car with like electric actuators, where when they all lock simultaneously. On a 190, they don't lock at the same time. You hear like 4 different ding 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 ding, little fuzzies when they all lock separately. So they never lock at the same time. Okay, so after taking the rear seat out, I put it back in again. There's definitely no leak from underneath the seat. Can't hear no hissing. obviously if there was a leak, you'd hear it travelling through and through there, but no, it's no hissing. And after playing around again, the hissing is definitely coming from the rear door. So that means we've got to take the rear door card off and have a little play. Luckily it's not too hard, not too involved. But I think, if you remember rightly, about 3 bolts, or 3 nuts and screws, bolts, whatever, in total to take off. So not too hard. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long, but obviously, where's the actual door card, like a cardboard door card, you have to be a bit careful taking it off. Obviously, you've got little mount and now glued on, and obviously with age and water ingress and whatever, it can be a bit fragile. So we need to be a bit careful taking the door card off, but we'll get to that, and I'll bring you back after the door card is taken off. Okay, so door card is off, as you can see. Right, let's trigger the central locking and see what happens. And if you can hear anything, most importantly, which I think you will be able to. Yep, so you can definitely hear that it's taking its time. Well, it took its time, it's locked now, but yeah, you can definitely hear a leak in the door here somewhere. So I'm waiting until the central lock is stopped, and then I'm going to open the door again. Yep, because you definitely hear there's a definite leak coming from here. So we need to take this off and have a little look inside. Fully cut open down here, so it's all solid. That's all, yeah, kind of over the years being in and out, you can tell. Yeah, just be in there more and have a little nose around. Okay, so I found the problem already. It's quite pretty hard to see. I'll see if I'm going to show you, but yeah, it's not easy to see where the problem is. But okay, we've got the actuator here. Obviously that locks the door. So you've got a little knob here that goes up and down, connected to the rod that locks the door. So this locks the door really quick. Got to loosen it. Yeah, so just here, you can see, is the little air spout that goes onto the actuator. You're not going to be able to see, and I can feel just by putting my hand on it, it's split. So if I pull this off, and hopefully, I don't know if I have much room really to get this out. I'm going to be much of a tolerant, but yeah, definitely going to take much room to actually get this out of this gap to show you. So I can't even grab hold of it myself. I've got it off, but I can't actually grab it, it's moved. Right, got it. And I thought, there you go, got it off. Yeah, so now you can see that is quite split and letting the air out. Like I said, a little rubber part that connects the plastic to the actuators. And yeah, there you go. Right there, letting all the air out. So that part was connected to the plastic vacuum pipes, and this top part here was connected to the actuator just up here. But it was still plugged in, but off the plug that it slid on. But where it's split a little bit, it had just enough vacuum pressure to open or unlock and lock the car, but just split enough to actually allow an air leak. So I'm going to keep going find a new one of these. Lucky I've broken a few 190s in my, lucky I've broken quite a few 190s in my past. I've got loads of these spare. I can find a new one and hopefully get this fixed. I don't know if you can see it just here, probably not, a bit too dark. There you go, you might be seeing, there you go. That little rubber hose just at the end of my fingertip. And that's now back on and connected. That's the right little bugger to get on, which is off to the vacuum pipes. Travel from about here and they go through here and through there, and there's no play, there's no give, so you can't give them a little tug. So that's one. The car's unlocked. So let's see if we can hear any hisses now, and if how quickly this door locks. Ready? Okay, and let's go. Yep, a lot quicker, and there's no hissing, and the pump turns off. Let's open it. Yep, perfect. And again, there's no hissing like we heard last time. So I'm gonna tape all this back up together, put all that back through, and bring you back in a minute again once it's all taped back together. So yeah, it's yeah, you don't need a smoke machine to find a leak, but if you're not going to find a leak, it would help quite a bit. Only problem is you could use one if if one of the rubber joints underneath the carpet is gone, you're probably not going to see where the leak is, let alone hear it. There's quite a lot of sound deadening on the carpet, so you probably even wouldn't hear a leak if it's underneath the carpet. I said it's yeah, so smoke machines do work. It may not work in this case, however. He said depending on where the leak is. Luckily for me, the leak was in the door guard, so it's quite easy to get to in terms of taking the door guard off, but actually changing the part is a bit harder. But getting to the problem area was actually quite easy. So yeah, so thanks for watching. If you're not ready, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. If you like and subscribe, really does help this channel to grow. So yeah, if you enjoy watching little videos like that, definitely worth watching. I do get quite a few comments in there. My videos are helpful from people troubleshooting issues on their cars. So yeah, if you helpful, please do subscribe to my channel. I'm going to leave it on the drive, and I'll see you in my next video.